Marissa, what? Why? What are you doing? You were just eating all meat. Make up your mind.
Look at her, she's spittin' nerdy. Look at her, she's spittin' nerdy. Can't you see she's spittin' nerdy? Look at her, she's spittin' nerdy.
I read a new book, so we're starting a new journey. I don't think any one diet is ideal for all humans. I think the carnivore diet can be miraculous for some people. I think a vegan diet can be miraculous for others. I think you can make an argument that the carnivore diet is incredibly unhealthy. I think you can make an argument that a vegan diet is incredibly unhealthy. So there's no universally ideal diet, but the diet we're talking about today, I think, is probably the most universally healthy. It would be very difficult to argue that this diet is not healthy for the majority of the population. Obviously, there are some exceptions that this wouldn't work well for. This diet is the longevity diet. I just finished listening to the book, The Longevity Diet by Dr. Valter Longo. Now, if you know who Dr. Valter Longo is, you'll know why I'm putting so much stock in this book and why I'm really excited about this. If you don't know who he is a very esteemed doctor and professor who is the one who discovered how fasting can impact cancer treatment and created the fasting-mimicking diet, and also is at the forefront of the research in aging and youth. He's a fascinating guy who has done some even more fascinating research. As with all book recommendations, I have partnered with Audible to bring you this video. Audible is the audiobook platform that I've been using forever. You guys know that I listen to a ton of audiobooks and podcasts, and Audible has had literally everything that I have ever wanted to listen to because they have an insane number of audiobooks. Like, literally, they have so many audiobooks. The Longevity Diet is obviously on Audible, so if you have a membership, go download it right now and then listen to it after this video is over. If you don't have a membership, you can go to audible.com/Marissa or text Marissa to 500-500, that's M-A-R-I-S-A, my name has one S, thank you very much, to get a 30-day free trial and 1 free audiobook so you can listen to this book for free, essentially. Take it to the beach with you, take it on a hike, take it on a road trip, just listen to this book. Again, for a 30-day free trial and a free audiobook credit, that's audible.com/Marissa or text Marissa to 500-500 and you'll get all the good details. So what is the longevity diet? Well, essentially it is designed to promote longevity. It aims to promote and maintain good levels of any age-related biomarkers, also to stave off any diseases as long as possible, and essentially increase health span rather than just lifespan. So the diet is designed to keep you healthy for as long as possible. It basically does this by promoting everything that we know to be healthy and eliminating all of the even questionable things. The rules of this diet that is going to keep you youthful and healthy for your entire life are as follows. Number 1, it is a pescatarian diet, so it's mostly plant-based, and then he advocates eating seafood, mainly fish, 2 to 3 times per week, very occasionally eggs and certain cheeses. So part of this rule involves limiting red meat and any other processed meats. Number 2 is that it's a very low protein based diet. He advocates for 0.3 grams per pound of body weight. So for me, that's 40 grams of protein a day. This protein should come from mainly plant sources, no animal proteins other than fish, occasionally eggs and cheese. So you're mostly getting your protein from nuts and legumes. He has said in other interviews and articles outside of this book that if you are strength training, you can increase your protein a little bit. This book doesn't go in detail into the nitty-gritty science, but from my limited understanding of the various pathways, I believe this is because protein stimulates both the mTOR and IGF-1 pathways, which are both growth pathways, which means they're involved in cancer production and proliferation. So in theory, if you limit protein, you limit the ability of cancer to grow and proliferate. I'm not 100% positive on that though, so if I'm wrong, someone please correct me in the comments and we can discuss. Rule number 3 is to eliminate bad fat. The fats that he includes in this list are saturated, hydrogenated, and trans fat. So again, this diet eliminates basically anything that is questionable. Saturated fat has not been proven to cause diseases, but there are studies that suggest that it is correlated and associated with diseases. So he's like, nope, none of that stuff. So you minimize bad fats, sugars, and then also maximize good fats, and by that he means unsaturated fats as well as complex carbs. Rule number 4 is essentially just to make sure you're not abusing this diet and following the rules but eating a bunch of junk food. So to make sure you're just nourishing yourself with food, but then he also recommends taking a multivitamin and a mineral pill plus an omega-3 fish oil pill every 2 to 3 days. And this again is one of the reasons that this diet is almost guaranteed to be healthy, because while many people don't need extra vitamins or anything, you're guaranteeing that you're getting all of your vitamins by supplementing. Rule number 5 is to eat based on your ancestry. So to just generally take your culture and heritage percentage into account with your food. Rule number 6 is to eat twice a day plus a snack, so you don't want to be constantly eating food throughout the day. Number 7 is use intermittent fasting, and he recommends eating in an 11 to 12 hour window rather than an 8-hour window, because there are some potential health complications that come from restricting your food that much. Obviously they don't affect everyone, but it's much safer to fast in a 12-hour window. And then the final rule is to engage in regular prolonged fasting. This is what I am most excited about, what my whole next video is going to be about. He's the one who designed the fasting-mimicking diet, which is essentially a diet where you can still eat a little bit but get all of the benefits of fasting. And he recommends engaging in that kind of fasting between once every 6 months to once, I think, every month, depending on your health status. The book goes into much more detail on these things and why he advocates for them, so I still highly recommend listening to that. But today, we're eating a la longevity diet. I'm taking you guys along with me, but I am now late for work because I've been sitting in the parking lot talking forever, so we're gonna go and I'll show you what I eat when I eat it.
When the morning
I just went and got food from the office. They wanted Mexican food, so I got some stuff. I also got some guacamole and some rice, so I had a little bit of that, but I'm gonna go get my own food pretty soon. I'm just walking the little doggy. Well, trying to walk the doggy, but she's not being very cooperative and not really walking, so come on. I'm really excited for where I'm going to lunch today, though. We're in an area that has some pretty amazing vegan restaurants. Kind of crazy how I've had those nuts and that little seed bar, and that's already about a quarter of the protein that I theoretically should be eating if I weren't actively trying to build muscle. Since I'm gonna work out later today, I'm gonna have a little bit more protein than he recommends on a normal diet. I'm not gonna go for too much extra today. I think I'm gonna go for maybe 50 or 60 grams. So it's crazy how easy it is to hit like a healthy protein goal for people who aren't trying to build muscle. Taco salad with no cheese and a matcha latte, but can I get maple syrup instead of honey, please? Okay, verdict on the vegan taco salad made with goji walnut meat. Very good. I also totally forgot that I got myself a veggie taco when I went to go get the Mexican food for people. Forgot to mention it, forgot it even happened. I'm telling you now. It's 8:15 and I'm just getting off work and I am now on my way to the gym. Probably gonna get there around 9, get home around 11, have to cook dinner. I have work to do. Gonna be a long night. I think I'm gonna decide right now to keep my gym session short and just do the main compound lifts and not do the accessory lifts and anything like that, just because I need sleep. I'm tired. So on my way to the gym, I'm gonna have a new flavor of the Addictive Wellness Adaptogenic chocolate. You guys know that I love this stuff. I was using their Recharge flavor as a pre-workout, but today I saw the energy flavor at the restaurant that I was at for lunch, and I figured I had to try it. I'm gonna have one little square of this as my pre-workout and see what it does. The adaptogens that this one contains are cordyceps, astragalus, mucuna, and ashwagandha. So some of my absolute favorites. We'll see how this goes. When you get to the gym and realize you aren't wearing your Converse, and they aren't in your car. Now you have to lift in your not flat shoes. Ah! Dinner time, and I am making kind of like just a big curry chili dish. I just had a bunch of leftover veggies and beans and stuff, so I figured I'd toss it all together. Then I have some lentils cooking. Oh, that's hot and steamy. So I'm just gonna throw that into one big bowl and have a bunch of nice grains and veggies, and it's gonna be a good time. I love how colorful this is. Like, it looks like it's gonna be such a good dinner, and it smells amazing. As I do this for the rest of the week, I'm gonna make sure I'm getting more greens in. I usually have a lot more greens during the day, even when I'm not eating plant-based. I don't really know what happened today. I just kind of didn't get my greens. But I have a ton of kale from the farmer's market in the fridge, and I don't want it going bad, so I will be eating it. So I will be doing this diet over the course of the next week, and then I'm going into the fasting mimicking diet. And so I'm gonna do a 5-day fast. What am I getting myself into? This is gonna be, it's gonna be an experience. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm also super excited to see how I feel in comparison to a normal 3-day water fast. I'm gonna be doing an entire video dedicated to my experience doing the 5-day prolonged fasting mimicking diet. So if you do have any questions, leave them down in the comments below so that I can do some research and get some answers for you guys. Dinner is served. Look at that giant bowl of deliciousness. I am so excited to eat this. I'm aware that I look like a potato right now. Please ignore that. And instead, pay attention to my beautiful dessert. This has been one of my go-to desserts lately. It is coconut yogurt with fruit. So today I have strawberries and blackberries from the farmer's market, topped with some crushed almonds, some chopped up Nomad extra dark chocolate. It satisfies my chocolate craving, it satisfies my sweet tooth, it's full of probiotics and full of a bunch of different micronutrients from the fruit, so it's all around just a fantastic option for dessert. I feel like I should tell you guys that I almost didn't do this video. One, because it's a sponsored video and I literally just did a sponsored video, and I know this is coming across as kind of spammy, and I promise it literally just kind of happened that way. But two, because if you guys have been watching my channel, you know that this diet kind of contradicts a lot of what I say. My perspective on red meat, saturated fat, cholesterol, etc. come from the perspective that none of the associations with things like cancer and cardiovascular disease have been proven, and so we don't need to be as scared of them as convention would tell us to be. Doctors and the AHA and all the other organizations have been wrong in the past. You know, they used to promote smoking. You kind of have to take everything that all these organizations say with a grain of salt, because they do tend to be kind of behind on the research. That being said, as I was listening to this book and he was talking about how saturated fats have been shown to be bad and red meat isn't good for you, and I was in my head thinking, well, that hasn't been proven and that hasn't been proven, it made me realize that my perspective on this is actually a little bit hypocritical, because the stance that I take on things like red meat and saturated fat is the complete opposite that I do on things like artificial sweeteners. I always say that I don't consume things like artificial sweeteners and sugar alcohols because we don't have any conclusive proof that they aren't bad for us. And so it's pretty hypocritical for me to say that because red meat hasn't been proven to be bad for us, that I'm gonna go ahead and consume it and consider it safe. Despite this, to be completely honest, the book itself did not change my views of what is healthy and not healthy, but it did make me really take a step back and consider the difference between things that are kind of guaranteed and proven to be healthy versus things that are more ambiguous. And so I decided to make this video because I think that putting this information out there is really important. I think this diet is probably the best representation of a healthy diet based on the information that we do know is for sure correct. Obviously, if you're one of the outliers and you're very intolerant to almost all plants, or you're allergic to seafood, clearly this diet is not going to be the best for you. But for the majority of the population, this is almost guaranteed to be a healthy diet, because we don't know for sure about red meat, we don't know for sure about saturated fat, but we are pretty sure that not incorporating them into your diet is not going to hurt your health in any way. We also know that eating a wide range of plants and getting a ton of variety of micronutrients is generally healthy for most people. I did not intend to start this diet immediately after finishing the carnivore diet. The timing kind of just so happened to work out that way because I did my last 3-day fast almost a month ago, and I wanted to do the prolonged 5-day fast a month after my previous fast because I really want to get into doing monthly prolonged fasts. And then I wanted to follow the longevity diet the week leading up to the 5-day fast because that's kind of the entire protocol, is you're supposed to follow the longevity diet and do the regular fast. But I already planned on doing the carnivore diet, and so it literally just ran together, and that's just how things happen. But I'm kind of really glad that it happened this way. I'm really glad that I listened to Good Calories, Bad Calories, and then immediately listened to the longevity diet, because I think these books actually, despite the fact that they promote different things, are really interesting when you think about them in conversation with each other. Because good calories, bad calories is all about how a lot of what we think we know isn't necessarily true, but the longevity diet is all about things that we do know for sure and eliminating all of the questionable things so that there is none of that risk. So I strongly encourage you guys to listen to both of those books, especially the book that sounds like it disagrees most with your opinion, because it's so important to not get sucked into this vortex of confirmation bias, especially with how social media works today. We're constantly just exposed to things that we already agree with and like. Facebook filters out things that you don't like. Instagram prioritizes the accounts that have the pictures that you like the most. If you have an opinion about something, you are more likely to see that being confirmed over and over and over again on all your different social media than seeing any sort of opposing view and ever questioning it. I could rant about that all day, but instead I'm just gonna encourage you to go listen to both those books because it's important. Anyway, I hope this kind of explains where I'm coming from, what my opinions are. I am so looking forward to trying the fasting mimicking diet. Full disclosure, that video is sponsored as well. I haven't done like any sponsored videos in the last like 4 months, and it just so happened that 3 sponsored videos just kind of lined up. So I apologize if this seems spammy, but I genuinely love all of these things that I talk about. I would never talk about a sponsor that I wasn't like actually obsessed with. Like literally, like I'm so excited to be working with Audible. I'm so excited to be working with Prolon for the fasting mimicking diet. Like I was freaking out so much when they first called me. I hinted at it on Instagram a month ago, and I think like 2 people understood what I was talking about, but if you are the 2 people, you saw my excitement. You know how excited I am for this. Okay, I need to not get myself so worked up and excited because it is sleepy time and I need to go to bed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some deeper insight into my views of nutrition and where I'm at personally. Don't forget to take advantage of the Audible free trial and free audiobook if you haven't already to listen to one of these books. And please do let me know your thoughts on all of this below. I'd love to have a discussion about the longevity diet, thoughts on nutrition, etc. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it because it really did support me and my channel and I really appreciate it. Share this video with all of your friends and your family and the people that you wish to live a very long, happy, healthy life. Subscribe for more videos and so that you can see me endure a 5-day fast, and I will see you very soon. Bye.